I just want to take a little time and speak my piece. Every day's a rat race, moving at a fast pace, dog. Never seen me get a break, never seen me get away, dog. If it ain't working hard, you're not get a fall. I'll be the first to admit I'm neglecting your relationship. Sitting down with you, you're like I should. Forgive me, I'll get back. It's perfect time when you need me. There's a good time I did not the mind. That's perfect. When you wanted more, I would give you less and Lord, I'm sorry. That's perfect. Get lost in all that I know. He's giving you another chance. That's perfect. All that. Every time I think about the times you bail me out, you've been so good to me. Just wanna scream. How's everybody doing? Jamal featuring Anthony Hamilton. I'm not perfect. Yeah. What's it blowing? All right. How's everybody doing? My name is Eric. Back with another episode of Still Standing. Now, this is going to be a interesting topic. I said I didn't really have anything to do, and I had already been on E-Trade for a little while, and I was on Forex for a little while. I lost a little bit of money today. I lost a total. I think it wasn't too much, but it was still enough. You know, $1 is too much in these times. I lost $75. But I'm gonna tell you why I lost $75. I lost $75 because, you know, that's why I was telling you, whenever you get inside of Forex or whenever you get inside of E-Trade or whatever market you decide to go with, you can't be greedy, because if you get in there and you get some money and then you look back and you say, wait a minute, I can go back and get me about go back and get me a little bit more. But anyway, when you go in and you study it, if you've looked it up or whatever, look up, you can go in, you can Google that, you can search on the YouTube or whatever, and they'll go more in depth. Like I said, I'm just pretty much learning, but you know, I'm able to sustain because, you know, I learn pretty quick. But anyway, today is I said that I was going to do this video because one of my, you know, I was talking to one of my friends, and I talk to her all the time. You know, like I said, we talk about a lot of stuff, and the one thing that she suggested that I come and do a video about the church, and I know the title seems weird or whatever. My walk from church saved my life, but I'm going to go more into the substance of, you know, that's important to understand as to what I'm talking about. I didn't say that's why I got to be super clear, because you know how some of us is, especially some of us, you know, we'll take something and we'll run with it. So I got to make sure that I make certain that I talk to the advanced, the ones that wore helmets part-time, and then the ones that wore helmets all the time. Make certain I stay in that order. Get the ones who can understand out of the way first. Let me stop. Okay, I'm going to start with my own belief, if you will, with the church system. My belief is this. My belief is that you should or can, um, because the Bible tells you to not forsake the assembly, and I believe that when you come together, I believe that you're coming together in unity because in my belief. Now I'm just telling you about what I believe. I ain't telling myself and I ain't sitting here trying to give nobody a sermon, none of that stuff. I'm just telling you my belief. My belief uh is that unity, it feels good to go and get unity. It feels good to go and get the word. It feels good to be in the choir. It feels good. All of that stuff feels good. Notice I'm saying feels good. But my whole question, and I have to, and this is a challenging question because if I know that I have hid, if I know that I have used the church as a shield for so long, just imagine how many other people, that's not, quite as transparent as I am or don't want to be, but people know. But no, that's the conflict that I get into because, I hear everybody talking about the church is supposed to be a hospital, it's supposed to be a place where you can go and you can get help, you can get development, you can get what you need to pursue the destiny that's before you, and all that. I get that. My whole thing is this, and I'm talking about everybody that say they follow Christ now, and I'm not. Let me make certain I make this here clear. I don't want nobody to misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying do whatever you choose. My whole thing is this: if you know, hold on, let me say this first. Let me say this first. Okay, here it is, Christ. If you look in the Bible, under the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. If you look under the life of Christ, you'll see where Christ didn't stay in the church much because he went amongst the sinners. He went amongst those people. He went amongst those people that really needed him. One, there's even um I forget exactly what I think is in Luke, if I'm not mistaken. But there's even an example in the Bible. Here it is, about the sheep watchman. Here it is. You got all the sheep. What in the world are you gonna sit there and I'm gonna keep counting 100 sheep that's still there? I'm trying to get after this one. The wolf trying to get out. But you got a lot of church. This is how I'm just like I said, I'm just going off of how I feel now. If I'm on, you more than welcome to comment, tell me whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just going how I feel. But you have a lot of people that they'll come to the church. And to me, the church is nothing but a fashion show. The church is nothing but a big entertainment center. And I was one of the biggest entertainers. Um, in the church because I would go and I could sing the doors now. I could sing for real. But I was singing and I would leave out feeling the same way. That's even after hearing the word. And and as I got, older and started, and had this mindset to want to go deeper into the word for myself because I wanted to, I said, well, maybe I'm missing something. So I started to, well, I wanted to be a devil for the most part. But 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 still, I mean, even with that, I went deeper and I said, well, maybe I'm missing something. Let me study and see if he's just not explaining it, or maybe he's not articulating it. I'm not sure what the problem is, but let me go and see if I can study and see if I can get a better and a clear understanding. And in most cases I did. But I still, I still didn't put myself in a place to say, "Oh, I know this, I know that," because I was still confused. I was confused. I was confused because, you know, I watched my family my whole, and I'm not gonna bring them into anything. I'm hopefully will, if I do any episodes, it'll be later on. But anyway, I even watched my own family, as with each. generation, it's the same transition. Everybody, we talk church, we go to church, we do all of this, but at the end of the day, um, it's a hard life because, and this is what I mean. Whenever you go to church, you can, everybody said, you know the routine, the routine. And I promise you, and I'm not picking at churches and nothing like that, but you already know the routine. You got four old men that's going to get up and sing four boring hymns that you forget to bring your pillow and fall asleep on the front of the church. That's one of the reasons you can't get kids in the churches because you need to sit those four old men down. See that they talking about, uh, yeah, yeah. First of all, I don't even know what you're saying. Half of them, I don't even know what you're saying. I never knew what you were singing about. I'm talking about, I never did. Even on some of the songs that I've been singing with all these years, I don't know what you were singing. I know what I was singing. I know what the hell you were singing. Lord, forgive me for cussing in the segment. I don't know I don't know what you were saying. But anyway, this is the thing, and before I get into the tradition part of it, before I get into the tradition part of it, I'm gonna show go there. Before I get into the tradition part of it, I wanna say this now. Um, for me, true enough, I wanted to do my own thing. I had this going on, that going on, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, I needed a solution because I was hurting. I'm talking about I was going through. I was going through mentally. I was just going through. And here it is, it's like I needed an outlet and I just couldn't get it because every time you turn around, everybody would tell you, oh, pray about this, pray about that. Okay, even after my prayers, and I'm still feeling the same way. What do you do then? Listen to you talk about me because that's what go on in the church. You got a lot of people. That's why I say you go up and you try to give your testimony or whatever. It'll be in 4 counties before you even leave church because some of them folk. I'm talking about time you're sitting them. There's like it's in church taking diction. You ain't in the damn. You ain't in. Lord forgive me. I wasn't gonna cuss on this. You're not in court. What the hell are you taking diction for? You sitting here taking my failures, my downfalls, my faults, and all this stuff, and you documenting everything instead of trying to come up with a solution. You're going out into the streets, and this is why I said, I hid behind the church for so long. I'm talking about I hid behind the church just like a lot of people are still hiding behind the church. I'm talking about some preachers too. And I've done some preachers too, because I showed drunk liquor with one preacher. I ain't gonna call your name yet, but you better pray and get repent. But you're still leading people. You're still leading people. Now you get that drunk, that high. And you wasn't no anointing. That wasn't no anointing. That wasn't the name of that drink. That drink was not called anointing. Yeah, the wine you went past the wine. He didn't say make a martini in my name. Negro made a martini. But anyway, so for me, I just think it's just a bunch of fake stuff. I just think it's a bunch of not the religion itself, um, and obviously not God or any of that. And trust me, I'm not saying that you should go to church and care about what people say because you're supposed to go there and get what you're looking for. I understand that. But what I'm saying is you can still discourage people because I could come every Sunday. It doesn't matter how much I come, and I understand what I'm trying to get to and get an understanding of. But I still got to go through these spectators that claim they so holy. How the hell you gonna sit and you're gonna judge me and you're gonna talk about me, you're gonna call me crazy, what do you call me, what you call me, whatever, because that's exactly why I'm doing that web page, so I can tell you exactly what you can do for those that's got all this and that to say, because I'm gonna still do the videos Every week I'm gonna do 2 or 3 videos. You can talk about baby, whatever. You can do whatever. I'm gonna be on here, and I hope you watch me so I can tell you in your face, I'm gonna be on here. You're gonna have this like shining nigga in this here darn video every week. But anyway, I when I walked away from the church, and I'm not saying, uh, church. I'm talking about this traditional stuff that that everybody going on, that you got to go to church and you got to get inside of the choir in order to be holy. I'm sitting here, I almost was sneezing in the middle of a song. I was like, and the woman thought I was tearing. She thought I was crying and stuff. There it is, there it is. I said, no, there it is. I told you. Let me stop. I'm from the hood, I told you. But not that part. But anyway, but anyway, we got all this phony stuff going on, where everybody, if you say and you make errors, look at here. I'm right. Hold on, let me turn this air on. I got the air on, but I got it turned where to come in, every so often. But I'm gonna turn it all the way up now because it's turning up. I told you this cheap light here. I can't cuss you out tonight because I'm doing a church thing, but you gonna get your ass cussed out. Yeah, wait, gonna come. Oh, the air is on. Yeah. What's going on there? Oh, I see what the problem is. This is the problem. All right. There it is. The thing was closed. I had them closed up. But anyway, so for me, it's a bunch of phonyism in the church. It's a bunch of fakeness. I'm talking about a lot of fakeness. How in the world are you gonna come and you're gonna say, I love this sister, I love this brother. I tell you the truth. I've been praying, God break them out of that situation. I tell you the truth. I love them to death. You heard about she them? Yeah, I didn't know. You come on. Y'all know I am. Y'all some of the biggest animals. Some of them. But we'll get this, we play this role, we'll come to individuals' faces, and we some of the biggest backbiters, and I'm talking about the church. Some of the biggest backbiters, some of the biggest liars, some of the big. If you want to find all the stuff out in the world, all you got to do is go to church. You ain't got to worry about walking in the street. You can just walk right into church now. They got full balls and some stuff. When it comes down to the wine, they ain't got wine. Them folks giving out mixed drinks. They're giving out mixed drinks, and they're giving out them cheap crackers that you got to cut instead of buying the round ones, the ones that come in there for real. But no, that part is from. But for me, church is just too fake. People are just too fake because it doesn't surprise me that you have all these people that go behind your back and say this in church. Jobo. It don't even bother me that you lie every now and then. It don't bother me what you do because I understand that church is supposed to be for people with different spiritual conditions. According, and just my belief now. If somebody got something different, please don't and type it down. Type whatever you got to type down at the bottom, leaving a comment or whatever. But for me, for people with spiritual illnesses, but whenever you get inside of the church now, it's a I don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe that people themselves hadn't really made a transition. You ain't saved. I mean, you just went there and said some words. You ain't some of you just said words. You went down a wet devil, a dry devil, you come up a wet devil. Some of you. I did. Let me stop. But we got we have too many people that's getting caught up in different things. And for me, you're human, so it's not the surprise that you did whatever. It's surprising a lot of people because they put you on this big pedestal, like you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that, you're supposed to be that. But at the same time, they keep forgetting that people come to church as human. I mean, my whole life, like I said, I wanted to express myself. I was expressive. I felt like I was pretty much articulate, and coming up with it was so many different, man. I had so many different ideas. It was just ridiculous. But I didn't have anybody to cultivate that. I didn't have anybody to. I didn't have anybody to come in and to help shape and mold that and form, and none of that. The only thing you can look forward to is either being talked about, lied on, or gossip, or you look forward to that stuff because that's all you had to look. That's all you had to look forward to. That's all you had to look forward to. And this is coming from the church now, and I'm talking about like right now. Everybody talking about there. I've never seen. So I went over, I better not call this specific place. I'm just going to say I went to this one individual place. I seen so many deacons. I seen so many evangelists, so many preachers, so many. I was like, is the whole time? Is this a school? Because everybody, deacons, preachers, or something, and and to be there in that particular place and to see the level of imperfection and the level of sins, in that area, it just make you look at it. I say to myself, even if you're ready to make a difference, to make a change, to get saved or whatever, you're gonna make some errors. I'm sorry. You're gonna make some errors. I'm sorry. You're definitely gonna make some errors. And for me, you have these people. If they see you in your valley doing whatever or whatever is happening in your valley, they're quick to jump on board and gossip about you and talk about you and all this instead of coming up with a solution. I've yet to hear a solution from a lot of people. Now we'll get up there and everybody want to appear holy. You know how people is. Just because you go out and buy a new wig, that don't make you holy. Just because you go out and buy you another pair of coin crunchers, that does not make you holy. I'm sorry. Just because you can shop and just because you can shop, you're not shopping in Dollar Tree no more. You're shopping in Walmart. That does not make you holy. I'm sorry. Just because you come there looking a little better than the next person, that don't make you holy. I'm so sorry. That does not make you holy. So you got all these here people, and I lost my chain of thought because I was gonna go in on something else, but I'm gonna go to something else. I'm gonna keep talking. How many subjects I get on? But anyway, you got all these people that come and you know, and you're put in classes. Yeah, you're put in classes. I got to scratch my back. Yeah, you're put in classes. If it's this is to me now. Like I said, this is just me. You got uh, you got different classes, different levels, if you will. You super holy if you write the church over $100. I noticed this now because this if you can write the church over $100 check, you super holy. Put you up there they put you up there on the stage or whatever, and don't be able to sing and then writing checks at the same time. Oh, you super holy. You next to Jesus. They had you on another cross stretching for us. So so here it is. So here it is. You have those with the dress code and can articulate a few things. And then you have the ones that's almost there but ain't really made it. I mean, you almost was able to shop the Walmart, but didn't you didn't quite have that much money. And then you started painting red under the bottom of your shoes instead of buying them red bottom. Yeah, they was gonna pick at you. You know they was gonna pick at you when they seen the paint left on the carpet. You know you was gonna get picked at. But here it is. But here it is. You have all of these people in this church, and you have all of these different classes, and so in my whole mind, I'm like, wait a minute now, didn't Jesus die for everybody? Wait a minute now, didn't the Bible say for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God? Wait a minute now, didn't Paul say that when I would do good, evil is always present? Didn't he say that? Oh, I don't know. And then over there in Isaiah, I think it's 59, when it said, cry loud, spare not. Tell my people about their sins and let them know. You know, we can go through the Bible and we can come up with every scripture. You can come up with every scripture. You could tell me, you can name every scripture in the world. But until you speak through your walk, not your talk, your walk, then I'm really not really sure what we have to talk about, because um, you could judge me all day long. You could talk about me all day long. You can laugh. You can jug. You can call your neighbor and say this, that, and the other about Eric. You can. Yeah, I don't care what you do. I'm doing okay. I'm not coming for you. I ain't calling for you. None of that. And as a matter of fact, hey, come in the den at your own will. That's on you. I could care less. But my thing is, if Christ is love, then why is the church spreading so much hate? Now, I ain't talking about the church, the real church. I'm talking about this traditional church, this stuff that we come up with. Everybody feel like you have to. I ain't never read nowhere in the Bible where everybody was dressed up to go meet Christ out there on the mountain. No, everybody ran up there. Some of them didn't even have shoes on because he was giving out a meal. You know how whenever you give out a meal, people gonna run up there. Had thousands of people up there, 5,000 people up there, and they knew he had fish and bread, and they knew if nobody else wasn't able to divide that he was, because they was hungry. People are hungry out in the streets right now, and they're looking for somebody to divide. I'm talking about they're looking for somebody to give them something to eat. And I ain't even talking about. I'm not talking about natural regular food. I ain't talking about your money. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about just time. We don't even take time enough to get to know each other. I could call you crazy all day long. I can call you crazy all day long. And but if I really just take time to get to know you, I know that you were that you probably was a product of whatever that happened in your past that leaks over into your future because you didn't know how to deal with it back then, but you're just learning how to. We wouldn't know that unless we really just sat down and tried to get to know each other. But instead of getting to know each other, our podcast want to talk about each other. We want to gossip. We want to take shit from this post to that post. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to blah, 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 blah. And when it comes down to it, they treat you the same exact way. And I'm going back to the church. I'm deviating just a step. I should have made certain I mentioned that because somebody looking at it, but not this one. Like I said, I don't know who this one is. I don't know who he is. But thank you for being that faithful one. Hopefully, I see that one turn into me. I'm damn paid. Let me stop. But for me, when I left the church, um, and I'm not, and like I said, I'm not saying I'm not saying the church, because because I still read, I still pray, I still ask for forgiveness, I still all of that. But this traditional stuff, I just can't do that no more. Yeah, I got to be me because there's been a lot of time I would get right up there on a Sunday, and they'd give me, ask me to sing or whatever. I'm sitting up there singing. I'm getting ready to sing. Next thing you know, I open my eyes and I'm looking right at a person that I wanted to cuss out 2 hours later, 2 hours earlier. And next thing you know, I'm sitting up there. I get there with the song. I say, "Come on, somebody, put them hands together. Oh, come on, let's bless the Lord in this place. Come on and give God some glory." You know how we hype up stuff, and then time church over with. Come on and give me that bottle, because I sure did. I went right out there and poured me a martini. I showed you. Time I got to saying, "I know the Lord." I go right out there and say, "I know, I know KD." Yeah, yeah. Go right out there and make your martini right after you get through, sir. We had a preacher for real. I ain't gonna call his name. I'm not going to call the church, but we had a preacher every Sunday. He used to come with a cigar in his mouth, and he leave with a cigar. And if you touch that cigar, you was gonna have to show him that you was Christian, because he was gonna show you he wasn't. You touched that cigar, it was over. That man used to, he was he was an avid cigarette smoker. An avid cigar smoker. And everything in me believed he had some liquor in that car too. Cause he come in, I'm talking about how you come in, your eyes white as I'm talking about white, white as a sheet. And then you go back in there, but when you get through with the sermon, you go back in there because it don't take hours to take a robe off. And then you go back and then I'm using all of this humor and everything to make a point. My point is people are looking at us, and they see you in the church, and they see how you perform, and I'm gonna say performance because some of you ask performing. I'm sorry, it's a performance. You perform, and you perform in the church, and the next thing you know, you come out and you done cussed out everybody on the block. You done drunk more liquor than everybody on the block. You done spoke more weed than everybody on the block. You done shot here. You done messed with every woman, or if you're a woman, you done messed with every man or whatever. And the next thing I know, you want somebody to tell me you say saved. Now I'm not saying that you're not saved. Now it's a different. Now let me go back in there. It's a difference in being saved and um uh still flipping up doing stuff or whatever and working towards a transit, because see, I'll just say it like this. It's a difference. It's a difference when you have the mindset, well, look here, I'm gonna follow God regardless, and every now and then you slip, but you repent, you say, God, I'm so sorry, God, blah 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 blah. All right, I get that. I get that. What I don't get is when you go out here into these streets and you act like everybody else doing. Now, how in the world? It's just like, this is a true story. I ain't gonna call neither one of them names, but this is a true story. This lady was dating. She started off dating this minister. He was single, so you know they went out a couple of times or whatever. Next thing you know, they got, and I'm going by what they said. Now they got in the pulpit and say that, I ain't say that. So they went out. Next thing you know, they got married 7 months later. 7 months later. Okay. She felt she was anointed, and he felt he was anointed, and she felt like she was called by the Lord, and he felt like he was called by the Lord. both of them felt they was holy, super spiritual, anointed. Yeah, rain from heaven. Hold on for 1 second. Hello, hello. Okay, it'll probably they probably do it in the morning. Probably just have to reach out to him. Uh, the plumber to they probably do it in the morning. Yeah, probably in the morning was probably he probably meant 9 o'clock in the morning because I was wondering. I said, there's no plumber, you know, out this time of the night or whatever. If there is, he ain't coming in no blanket, huh? No, I'm saying nobody showed up. I said the company will probably send them back tomorrow because there ain't no plumber gonna come around no neighborhood, no, they ain't coming around nowhere around no 9 o'clock at this time at night. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah. All right, talk to y'all later. All right. I'm like, ain't nobody no uh plumber coming around nobody, especially in that neighborhood. They not going over there in that neighborhood. They don't want to go over there in the daytime. Damn well they don't want to go over there this time at night. And 10:30 at night, you got 30 niggas on the on the block. Yeah. Good luck. But anyway, so for me, it's just a bunch of phonyism. It's a bunch of phonyism. Um, I can't begin to tell you the amount of people that I truly want an organic, friendship, relationship, whatever. I really wanted to bond. I really wanted to bond because, I felt like, they were more on a more spiritual level than me and more spiritually in tune than me. And I felt like, they could have helped me along the way. Well, those same individuals ended up, and this was the sad part. This is why I said that walking away from, I should have said traditional church changed my life because I walked in on these two individuals talking about me like a dog. I said, what the world? And what the world going on? Was talking about and something real petty. If I'm not mistaken, it was over a song or something. If I'm not mistaken, it was just something real petty, something real. And then the sad part is I didn't care I didn't write the song. I didn't care who sang it. It didn't matter to me. You can sing whatever you want to. We had a lady that lived right. I said this on the last video. We had another lady that lived right next door to her. She sung everybody's stuff and she messed it up every time she opened her mouth. So yeah, you can sing whatever you want to. But my thing is, everybody is so busy trying to get a or position or all this here stuff just because you got a title in front of your name, that don't make you no holier than the next person. Who you supposed to be? Just because you got archbishop in front of your name, or just because you got what's the other one, what's a bigger name, whatever it is, just because you got all that in front of your name, what that's supposed to mean? You just archbishop going to hell. That's what your name is. You serious? It doesn't talk about me. And then talk about other people. But it's a big it's just a big and if it's not and if it's not like that, then we need to come to the table. People need to come to the table and have a conversation about it. Because as I can see it right now, it's phony as hell. I'm sorry, it is phony as hell. It's hard to grow inside of a church. It's hard to grow outside of a church, especially when you got people in the church that's supposed to be uh, uh, leaders, that's supposed to be leaders, and know your condition. I've been outspoken all my life. I'm going to always probably my whole family outspoken. We it's just but And but the thing with me now, this is without even going to church. I've always went out of my way to help people. I'm talking about whether it was my family or whether it was whoever. I've always went out of my way to help people. Now the problem with me was I wasn't studying all this because see, back in the day, I have a family member that started a choir. Now, now, now now she, you know, she had this choir going, and and that's fine and everything. But I was a singer, but the thing is, I wasn't really paying attention to the church because all the mess I seen in that little tiny little four corner church that I was in at the time. And like I said, I want to call them bad, but I ain't gonna call them because everything they're gone now except for two people. But five then, but it's two now. But and that's a husband and wife, and I said, Lord, won't they just go join forces with the birds in the trees? Won't y'all have service in the tree? And then you have social distance because each bird would be like 8 feet apart instead of two people paying all that for light bill just to say amen. But anyway, uh, you have you just got too much phony fakeness in the front people. It's not so much because the building can never be, but the people are so phony and so fake now. I mean, well, it ain't now. It's been going on. It's just more prevalent now. It's way more prevalent. Yeah, they're just so fake now, and you and let me just say this. I want to say this. For me, I don't really care what you got going on, whether you fake or not. That's not an issue so much for me because, I know who I am, so I don't really care what you call me. You call me whatever you want to, and I understand that we are what we answer to. Even if I answer to you, I'm still who I am. I don't give a damn what you call me. But my thing is this, you know, at some point, at some point, at some point, we're gonna have to come. We're gonna have to realize that. Look, I'm just gonna have to be real, because I and I'm talking about me. I ain't call. That's exactly why I ain't calling nobody name or none of that stuff. Some folk will expect you. It's sad, and I'm gonna deviate for 1 second, but it's sad that you have people that just have these just negative expectations of you, and you're like, that's one of the reasons I went on a block fest. I did. I went on a block fest because I just felt like if I'm making you feel that bad, um, just by trying to have an organic friendship relationship with you as a family, as a friend, as a whoever, then I prefer not to even be involved with you, period. And I'm still dealing with the church because this is the same way I felt about the church. Every time you walk through the door, you good enough when it comes down to they'll sit you down or ignore you or whatever. But when it comes time for the church to look good and you got something that can make them look good, or they'll use it. It's just like singing in the choir. They'll come up. Oh, we got Reverend what you call it? He bring his choir over here, so we're gonna have to get up. We're gonna have to get Daryl them to do it. We're gonna have to let him sing Sunday, okay? Yeah, just let him do both of them. That God specializes. He told that one up, so we let him do that one. The saying God specializes all you want to. God specializes in sending your ass to hell. Oh Lord, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, Lord. He specializes in sending you to hell when you don't when you sitting here living all them crazy lives. That's why I said when I walked away from the traditional church, and I'm meaning as far as me, I just don't feel like I need to be around you to be validated in the word. I don't feel like I need to pray with you in order for God to heal you. I mean, I don't feel like I need to be sitting in the congregation, and we're not sitting in the congregation. I know, and I understand the corona and all that stuff is going on. But what I'm saying is they still out here talking about they praying and all this stuff. But but not just me, but it's a lot of people that see what you're really doing. And so that's why I'm saying, is that walk away from this traditional church, it really saved me because man, I got tired of every time I come, I'm sitting here, I got cuss words bubbling in my stomach, not the word going on. And, and I'm sitting up, I say, Lord, I know you don't like y'all the hell. Let me stop. You can tell I love to watch what you got. But 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 anyway, and I'm walking back and forth in the church, back and forth in the church, back and forth, and walking there. It's like the worst I feel. I'm serious. It's like I feel going from one bad situation to a next. And you're supposed to feel pretty good about going. You feel, yeah, it feels good when you get up there. When I think of it, I just can't take care. Tell you how good it feels. We used to tell that song up there. That's why I sing it all the time. We used to rock that. I'm talking about we were known for that sort of stuff. But and trust me, I used to enjoy just enjoy participating in the church, but where we are still missing it at is that people are still lost. People, even after all of the entertainment, after all of the testimonies and testifies and all that stuff, um, people are still hurting. And you have all these, and I'm getting ready to. I'm not gonna sit on here a whole hour with this, but you have all these people out here telling me, "Oh, God told me to tell you this. God told me to tell you that. He told you stuff like your sins ain't gonna find you out too." So instead of me living, um, live free and don't give a damn what folks think, whatever. And because I just got tired of that. I did. Here it is, people saying all kind of offensive stuff, and I know that ain't me, and it's just so much, that go on, and I'm not so much venting by what people say, and because I care less what people say, that's not so much the problem. The problem is, we want everybody to come into the church, but you can't draw people in the church for the stuff you're doing. I mean, because people actually out here looking at you. How in the world are you gonna sit here and tell and do and tell kids they're in the church, drugs kill, but every week you done sat there and smoked a bag aloud. Aloud. I'm talking about the real. But you done sat here and smoked a bag aloud. Ow. You gonna tell your son, I better not get you with nail in your mouth. Boy, I kill you. But your daddy and mama let you live. And this is old woman tell her, you go in there and mess with something in that refrigerator there and there, all that money I have buying grocery, you sitting up there every time you turn around, you in that refrigerator. But your mom and daddy couldn't keep you out the refrigerator. That's why you're over 400 pounds right now. But then you mad because your daughter wasn't running. I'm just making up these little funny whatever, but I'm being so serious. We do stuff, but then when we see other people do stuff, you're ready to jump and condemn, and it's not even supposed to be like that. Period. That's why I say to hell with you. You can live however you want to. You can stand behind, in front, on the side, whatever you want to do. Me, I walked away from this traditional stuff, and I said, if I come into a better understanding of a better living or a better life, it'll be because that's what God did, not because any of you talked with unsubstance behind niggas thought of me and said this, that, and the other. Who cares? And something else. I got something else. For all of you that sit here telling me, you need to go to church, you need to get a and all this stuff here. But then you be in all these here bad relationships and all this stuff. But we supposed to look at you as a moral leader. Are you serious? What did Christ give you? Did he give you a wand to just wave and say, just wave, just wand the hell out all of them? Knock all the sin out all of them. You should have been just shooting yourself all day long. You should have been pointing. I'm talking about you should have been beating the one across your head. You should have stuck it in your stomach and got all of it out. I'll tell you the truth. And then well, it's about an hour. Dog, I don't know how I be making it to an hour when you I do. But and then I had and we're still in the church because okay, for instance, I'm gonna tell you about the heart problems. All right. So I had um both um my natural father died, I think it was last year, and my stepfather died just a couple of days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. All right. But you excuse me. That's how sleep I am. I've been up since this morning trying to watch my neighbor. She was over there. I don't know what that's. I don't know what that. I don't know what she's doing over there. She's a weird lady. But so I lost my father, my natural father, my stepfather. Listen. All right. Now, and as a, I'm using this as a example, if you would. All right. Now, I can tell you that out of the two of them, let's say that my stepfather, which I didn't really um, have a relationship with neither one of them really, um, but anyway, let's just say that my stepdad was I would go to him more prone to go to him than to my regular dad or whatever because he showed me if he did that. Now, he ain't done none of that. He ain't done none of that. None of that. I wasn't even all around. I didn't even like it. I don't know. But anyway, he well, I ain't gonna go there. I keep forgetting I'm on live. But anyway, let's just say that that happened. So here it is. So my natural father, whenever I would go around my natural father, I would feel. Let's say, like I say, this is an example because neither one of them, But so whenever I go around my natural father, I would feel uneasy. It was an uneasiness. I would be like, it's just something that's just not settling right. It just don't feel right. But this is the same way that a lot of people in the streets feel about a lot of people that claim they are Christians or believers or whatever. When you're out around all of that stuff, you feel to some degree, you feel great because you're doing what you want to do. Not saying when you save, it deters you from doing what you want to do. You start following what Christ say anyway. So that's why I just don't understand everybody talking about this all. But anyway, so when I go back around the stepdad, let's just say, it's like that uneasiness just so that's how it is when people come inside the church. People come inside the church and they get around some of you holy Negroes that talk about. I had this one talking about if you spit talking about went there and moved me out with come out of here because It's sin all right there in that area. I say, no, the sin ain't in this area. The sin is this here brown dummy that's standing up in front of me talking about sin on the y'all care. Y'all something else. I tell you the truth. Talking about all, and I believe in transferring spirits and all this and stuff. That's why I stay from around some of y'all. Some of y'all got more spirits and spirits. Some of the spirits scared of your ass. Talking about you holy. But so that's my whole, and like I said, I barely scraped the top because I didn't really want to get deep inside of this because I know it's super controversial, and I'm not gonna sit here like I have all the knowledge in the world because I don't. I'm not gonna sit here like I'm some perfectionist because I'm not. I'm not gonna sit here like I'm rich because I'm not. I'm not gonna even well out there I'm sure I ain't hungry. But I'm not gonna sit here with any of that stuff. I'm not gonna even sit here like I'm perfect. But one thing I am gonna say is that I try every day to stay above the person that I was yesterday. Now, um, with that being said, I come on YouTube. Well, I just started coming on YouTube, doing live videos and stuff like that. And I'm gonna clown, because I clown naturally anyway. But at the same time, behind the scenes, I want to do better. I want to do good. I want to go farther in life. And I just want my life to be enriched. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit and use the church or nobody else as a shield to continue in order to be me. I'm going to be me. I'm sorry. The curse breaks now. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit and follow mom just because mom or grandma or any of those went traditional stuff. I got to make certain. Matter of fact, I might need to go and put traditional in here because somebody be done went back, and I keep saying that too. But this live, I don't want to play with the live. I can't lose my one customer. I don't know who the hell it is, but I got one. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I'm fit to go here because the only reason I can't go past hours because I start glistening after an hour, and so it's right at 2 more minutes. But I'm sitting here, I'm glistening like I don't know what I'm talking about. My skin shining like my eyeglasses. How the hell? Just like my eyeglasses. Look at that. They twin. Look at that. Twin. Like that. I'm talking about even my brothers and sisters. I got a brother and sister that's lighter than me. And you look at me. I don't understand. I don't even stand the sun like that. But you know what did it was those damn stoves. I think it was a spirit in them damn grills and shit. Well, I appreciate you. And I'm gonna say you. I start to say y'all, but hell, it ain't but one. But I appreciate you. And then it could be y'all. It could be 101 room. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate you, y'all, or whoever for tuning in. Ask you to do comments if you'd like for me to share some material you'd like for me to go over. If you'd like for me to give me a roast, I promise you. Let me stop. I am gonna get into that though, but it'll be later on. It'll be on another page on this one. But anyway, I'm gonna come back with now my next video gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny because I'm gonna actually go out and and be interviewing different people and just having fun. It's all about fun because we don't know when we're gonna leave this earth. We don't know when we're gonna die. We don't and me, I don't think about any of that. I just try to live life to the fullest now because you just never know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't need to go to church you don't need to go to church to live your life to the fullest. You just need to live your life to the fullest. It doesn't take an actual building rather, to live your life. But y'all be safe because that corona is real. They just had what's the matter of fact? Herndon Kane. Yeah, off the Republican Party. He died. Yeah, he died. He died. He caught the corona. They want to say he was on a flight. Yeah, the flight flight to that rally there with Trump. And let me share this while I'm gonna go over a little bit because I got let me put this here close. Y'all, please get out and vote. Please get out and vote. Please get out and vote. This clown now his tactic. He's just to get ready because he's getting ready to, he hired one. Okay, he hired one of his good friends, one of his rich buddies in that love him to death. I'm talking about his buddy Mike got a pair of his drawers that he ripped off the smoke every now and then. He loved him so much. So he hired him, and he put him over the department. I forget that he's over the post office. Okay, so now the guy is getting ready to cut. You ain't just do no more overtime. Although it's going to take those workers to get these mail-in ballots out, and if we don't have that overtime, then half of our ballots not going to even make it because they're not going to even take it because they don't have anybody working to do it. So he's trying his to attack that because he knows that that's y'all. Please get out and vote. But to hell with that pink pig in a blanket. It's time for us to get him out of office because he is he is dangerous now. I mean, bump what he's been texting. I don't care nothing about your texts, your tweets, none of that. This man is super dangerous, and a dangerous person like that will kill somebody. He will if he ain't done kill somebody. He done. A lot of niggas been hanged back, and they say they even going back allegedly. Now I'm just saying it, and for real, this is allegedly where they said that he had ties to that Tillman, to that one Tillman guy that got hung and got dismembered by them pulling his whole body or whatever apart on vehicles. But they say he was they said he was in that he was involved in that. I don't know that. I'm just saying that's allegedly. I don't know nothing about the nasty, funky toupee wearing thing. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about him except for he married a saved prostitute. Maybe she went to church over there in Ireland. But anyway, y'all please get out and vote. And let's work please let's work together and get this thing out of office. This is the worst mistake. His mama even said he was a mistake. So if he was a mistake to her and that thing of a toddler that's buried up there on the moon under some dust, he bought a spot and stuff. He wanted to be so known. He bought a spot on the moon and got buried under the dust instead of buying a spot here, which we're glad he didn't, because my son, since he loved him so much, you can fly out there with him. And ain't no gas centers up there. Once again, we don't want no gas centers up there. We want you, wherever the spaceship run out of gas at, that's where you plant your ass at. And then you go and you buy your spot on the moon and lay your ass right next to your dad. That in that order. And with that being said, let me see, what am I going to yeah. Almost forgot. I tried to with each video. I tried to give a money making rather opportunity because I know what type of times we living in. I tell you the truth. Let me get this here paper. I might have to do a whole nother live show y'all this here money opportunity. And I haven't tried it yet now, but I'm telling y'all about it because I'm going to try it tomorrow. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me get it. Keep looking for the. It's a shame. I went to put these glasses on one time, and I put another pair of glasses on and didn't realize that. All right. Hold on for 1 second. 1 second. Oh, you can believe I'm gonna be quick now because it's 5 minutes past that hour. My throat dry as hell. I don't have no tea or nothing over here. Actually, I do. I got to go to the refrigerator to get it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off this here before I go there and get it. All right. All right. So now this is for the ones that has trucks or moving vans or even cars, even cars. All right, you have UPS, FedEx, mail service, all this. All this stuff is backed, especially UPS. UPS is like they're backed up like weeks. They're really backed up. FedEx really getting all of that backed up. We have it's a faster system to me with FedEx because you can actually go in and you have only two shifts, but they only work like um 25, 30 hours a week on the second shift because the first shift, they be moving. Now over at UPS, they have they have more ship because see, FedEx is helping UPS with some of their deliveries. That's how backed up they are. Yeah, that's how backed up they are. So anyway, the money part, where you can make money at. You could actually go and you can sign up for delivery with Amazon, with whatever company, with all and you can sign up with FedEx, with UPS, with blah blah blah. They will literally, for real. And I need you to go and look. This is I'm gonna start. This is what I need to start doing. I need to start getting the web links or whatever, so you can go and you can look it up for yourself. But you got to Google this for yourself and look this up for you. So look all this information up for yourself and fill out that application and get this. You can start and you don't and it's at your leisure. At your leisure. I'm talking about once you drop off. And then the drop off, I think it was something, if I'm not mistaken, now I think it said something like maybe 4 to 5 hours. I'm not 100% sure with that because I'm working. I went through so much. I got so much as far as money making deals lined up whatever that I have not tried a lot of them. But I'll tell you all about them. The only reason I'm telling you about this is because I'm going to actually try this um, tomorrow. And now get this, from my understanding, now you make up anywhere from $1,500 to $1,600 a week. Allegedly, like I said, I have not done this. I'm calling tomorrow, and I'm just seeing what it is because I don't mind going out doing one or two, whatever. That's cool. But anyway, so once again, the companies pretty much any company, because a lot of companies, they just, they're really looking for that now because this corona is off the chain now. But the post office, I'm talking about go on their website and look for and see for yourself. FedEx and UPS, you would be surprised. And all this background, them folk don't care nothing about no background. Now they want to know about the skill now. But they don't really care nothing about no background because they're trying to get this here stuff. They're trying to get this here stuff to these to these homes because most businesses they're not really using their services like that anymore because they're not even they're not operational right now. But please, 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 whatever you do, look into it. At least look into them. Even if you decide you don't want to do any of them, at least look into them because you could do so much more better than $1,200 stimulus check, and you can do so much better than a $600 a week unemployment. You could do so much better than any of that. I promise you, you can. You definitely can. Well, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But it's been fun. Like I said, I go in as deep as I start to and I started pulling back and started making it more comical because I said I better pull back a little because this is more of a controversial topic, and I don't want to be the only person that's talking about it. So I say, well, let me make it a little comedy, a little humor, put a little humor in it. And I said, but at least I can start the conversation. So whenever I bring somebody and we actually have a conversation, I'm going to bring some people in. As a matter of fact, I got a panel of 5 that's going to be joining me on one of these lives. And we're going to be discussing, we're just going to be discussing an array of different things, a lot of stuff. But for now, I'm going to leave you all, and I'm just going here and find me something to drink. Peace. After this thing don't let me in already.